It was just before sunrise when the screams started. Fishermen saw her first. A woman standing at the bank of River Udu, holding two babies. One man shouted, "Hey, Ifunanya, what are you doing, holding the twins like that?" But it was too late. She had already thrown her twins into the river. The men ran towards her, shaking and confused, and yelled, "Are you mad? Are you mad?" But Ifunanya just stood there, her wrapper soaked, her eyes empty, like someone who had left her soul inside the river. Before long, villagers rushed to the scene. Women held their heads, children cried. Some people jumped into the river, searching for the babies, but the water was already flowing fast. Ifunanya didn't scream or explain anything. She just knelt on the ground and whispered, "Forgive me, forgive me." Old Mama Akudo slapped her. "You wicked woman, you waited for years to give birth. Now, you threw your own blood into the river. What an insensitive woman." But Ifunanya remained silent. Nobody could understand her silence. Years ago, she was known to be the most cheerful woman in our village, but her joy ended when her husband died suddenly after eating the pepper soup she cooked. People whispered and said a lot of things. Some said she poisoned him, others said the man died of spiritual attack. That was how she became silent. Her womb was shut for 8 years. People mocked her, especially her in-laws. So when she finally gave birth to twins after a strange prophetic vigil, everyone rejoiced. Why then would she throw away the very blessing she cried for? They tied Ifunanya's hands and legs and dragged her to the king's palace. The king was furious. "Tell us why you did it. You killed your own flesh," he thundered. But she remained silent. "You will rot in prison," the chief of guards growled. But she raised her head slowly and said something that made everyone pause. "I saved your lives." That night, I sneaked into the palace cell to see her. She was my friend's closest companion. I knew she wasn't a mad woman. She was humming a lullaby to herself, the same one she used to sing to the twins. I said, "Ifunanya, please, tell me the truth. I know you did what you did for a reason. I don't care what other persons say." Her eyes welled with tears. She whispered, "Don't say my name too loud. They are listening." With trembling in my voice, I asked, "Who?" "The river spirits," she said. "They marked my children from the womb." She explained that one night, while she was 7 months pregnant, she dreamt of a woman with a pot of red water. The woman said, "The twins in your womb were borrowed. You must return them when the red moon rises." Immediately, she woke up sweating. Although she kept it to herself until the red moon appeared in the sky 2 nights ago. The same night, the twins cried from midnight till morning. They cried like the river was burning them. She said they looked me in the eyes, but it was not them anymore. That night was strange for the entire village. Dogs barked and cried. Fowls didn't crow. A mysterious fog covered the river. People had strange dreams. A woman dreamt she saw all the village children being dragged into the water by wet hands. Another man saw a serpent climbing the shrine. And at exactly 3 a.m., lightning struck the old fig tree beside the river. The next morning, the chief priest locked himself inside the shrine. He refused to speak to anyone. Only after Ifunanya was arrested did he show up at the palace, carrying a bag of cowries and a chalk calabash. "I kept quiet because I was afraid," he said, "but I knew the truth." He threw the cowries and read the signs. "These twins were not hers," he said. "They were spirits sent to collect blood." The priest continued, "Every 100 years, River Udu demands a sacred return. A woman will unknowingly carry spirit children. If she fails to return them, they take 40 souls in place." People gasped. Even the king sat back in fear. "So you mean she saved us?" the elders asked. "Yes," the priest replied, "but she has paid the highest price, a mother's pain." Suddenly, a young boy ran in screaming, "Come, "Come to the river." Everyone rushed to the bank. The water had turned red, like thick palm oil, and on top of the water floated a massive python with two heads, dead. The villagers stood in silence. Even the wind stopped. Then the water cleared. The fog disappeared. Birds started singing again. The priest turned to Ifunanya and bowed his head. "You did what many could not do," he said. "You obeyed the ancient voice." But she didn't smile, but fell to her knees weeping. "My babies, my babies." Everyone wept while watching her groan in pains. Since that day, the village declared a yearly river cleansing ritual. No drums, no songs, only white flowers and silent prayers. Every year, the villagers gather in white. They walk down to the river and say, "Thank you, twins of the red moon, sleep well." And Ifunanya, she built a small hut beside the river. She never remarried. She never bore another child. But sometimes, if you pass by quietly, you will hear her singing lullabies to the water. Two soft voices echoing back. Thanks for watching my video. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, in order to get notified when we upload our subsequent videos. Thank you.